The last supplementary question will be asked by the Honorable W.M. Thring.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. President, at the beginning of your presidency, you announced lifestyle audits for cabinet ministers to reassure the public of your administration's bold stance against corruption. This was a preemptive move, as over time the Zondo Commission would reveal the extent of undue executive interference in the running of public institutions and state-owned entities for personal gain by some members of the executive. To date, however, only officials in provincial and national government are subjected to lifestyle audits and not the said ministers. And in the process, corruption continues. Now, Mr. President, in order to ensure the successful implementation of lifestyle audits across the board, could you unpack the scope of these audits in terms of its resource-intensive capacity, implementation of law enforcement, privacy rights, as well as the presumption of innocence until proven guilty? Thank you.
I thank you, Honorable Thring. The President.
Thank you very much. Let me dispel the notion that only public servants are being subjected to lifestyle audits. As I said then, and I say it now, members of the executive are also being subjected to lifestyle audits. And when we subject them to lifestyle audits, obviously, as I indicated earlier, we've got to go through a process. And as an honorable member said here, they are quite intrusive. They get into the type of private details of members' lives that we've got to implement proper processes that will arrive at a type of conclusion that we would like to see. And as a result, we look at the process, and indeed, we also want to look at how that will be implemented. And of course, the presumption of innocence is an overriding issue. We underpin everything on the presumption of innocence until something that may well show that there is no innocence comes up. And the lifestyle audits are meant to do precisely that. And in the end, they are a good governance measure that is aimed at ensuring that all of us who serve our people as members of the executive do so with diligence, with integrity, and with an adherence to the morals that our people would expect of us. So that process is underway, and even as we initiated it, and I do regret the delay, we expected that we would like to get to a point where we have clean government and we have leaders in government who are going to be able to demonstrate indeed that they are not in government to serve their own personal interests, but the interests of our people. That's precisely what this is aimed at. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable the President.